So, hello everyone. Thank you for responding to the emails as I've requested. I thought what I'd do is produce a short video which might help just clarify a few points as you begin to finalize the submission, this first submission for the course, that is preparation of abstracts. So I have 8 points that I think might be helpful for everyone to concentrate on, so I'll just run through them here. Point 1. Remember the date of the source. I'm asking for sources really published in the last 30 years, that is since 1980. Something that is very old can be justified, but it needs to be justified by its relationship to the other sources you choose. But really, everything should be published after 1980, really after 1990, ideally. Second point. Be sure to mention where the source was found. That's typically the HTML if it's a source that you've gathered online, but do let me know where the source was found. Point 3, be clear about which style format you are using, whether that's Chicago style, which is also the format adopted in Turabian, whether it's MLA, Modern Languages Association, or APA, American Psychological Association. I need to know which style format you're adopting. Point 4, reviews of recordings are fine. Recordings are not, they are primary sources, but reviews of recording or of books are acceptable, but they need to be cited correctly. That goes for any source. You need to follow the instructions that your style guide recommends. That's why I think Turabian is especially helpful here, because it gives lots and lots of illustrations, but you need to track them down. A review is different from an article, is different from a book. An article in a book is different from an article in a journal. You need to follow the correct style format. Point 5, notice that when you make that reference, when you use the style to get the format correct for your source, it needs to use punctuation correctly. And it needs to capitalize accurately rather than just randomly use some uppercase letters and lowercase letters. Point 6, notice that musical works need to be styled correctly. Turabian has some information on pages 327 to 8, 327 to 328. But a better source is Trevor Herbert's text from 2009, so that's the Trevor Herbert on Music and Words, pages 205 to 210. So the Trevor Herbert, which is listed on the course syllabus, pages 205 to 210. This is online. You can easily get it through the KU library online, but that tells you how to approach the styling of a musical work. What is the work's title? What do you need to italicize? What do you need to capitalize? That's what Herbert will help you with, but you can't just make this up randomly. You need to be clear. It needs to be consistent with accepted procedure. Point 7, avoid including personal evaluation. So lots of adverbs that talk about an incredibly detailed article or an extended and thorough argument, those don't need to be included. Those are subjective points. This needs to be simply objective description. And point 8, remember that, as Bellman says, the abstract is really trying to give a miniature version of the source. That's why you can't produce an abstract of a video, of a recording, or of a score. It should be clear, surely, that we're really talking about a compact synopsis of an existing written source. As Bellman points out, phrases like the author or the name of the author are appropriate to a summary, but not to an abstract. Instead, an abstract should have these features. Really, there are 4 of them. It should describe the argument that the author is making. You should describe the methodology, the way that the author believes their argument is being conducted. In other words, the means, the apparatus by which they are trying to make a particular case. It should include reference to the evidence that they bring to bear to try and justify their argument. And last of all, it should state what conclusions they find, but there is no need to actually reference the author or the author's name to do this. You actually, as Bellman said, get inside the article to make this case. Okay, I hope that is helpful. I hope that your preparations are going well and it's not too onerous. So I'm going to issue this video now on Monday, and hopefully you will find it useful, and I'll be in contact again in due course. Okay, thanks again. Goodbye.